All right, welcome to another episode of the Warmup, the show where we talk about sports, current event, and black culture. I am Reg, and we have today in the building Kurt and Kev RL. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on? Good to be back.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Welcome back, Kev. If this is your first time rocking with us, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on anywhere you typically listen to your podcast. We're on Anchor. We're on Apple Music or Apple. Sorry. You can find us on Spotify. We're on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You can find us on Reddit. You can find us on Discord. So engage with us, interact with us. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm just jump right into it. Kurt, why you hate Dillon Brooks?
He's gonna just ask you right.
Coming for the jugular, man. He acting just like Dillon Brooks right now, man. Just coming out of nowhere, man. Like he did that camera. You know what? Y'all seen the game where he injured the poor cameraman, bro? Did he try to help him up? Nah, man. He manhandled that cameraman, man. That dude just trying to make a living recording the game. Dillon, I like trash talkers, man. I liked when Tre went up to New York, trash talk New York, when they were the 4 seed and kicked them out the playoffs. I think that's the element that he's missing, man. He talks a lot of trash and he doesn't back it up, bro. Like, I'm looking at his averages. 14.2 points a game. Field goal percent, 39%. Field goal percent. His 3-point is 32. I think league averages like 35, 37%. So he's below that. And for him to be, 6'7", 6'8", he's only getting 3 boards a game, man. But he has the audacity to say, one, Memphis is a dynasty, or what? Or what? I would like to know. And then I've seen clips of him saying in college he wants to be like Draymond Green for a team.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
That's making the rounds. And now you grow up, right? Like what Rick Ross say? Never meet your idols. But bro, he trash talking his idol, right? If you're gonna talk it, bro, you gotta back it up, man. And Dillon, a lot of talk, man. I don't see any production. I don't see him backing it up. That's my problem with Dillon. And taking out innocent camera, man. What kind of crap is that? And another thing, one more thing. The outfits, bro. I don't understand the outfits. I've never been fashion savvy.
You hate the man outfit?
No, he showed up in the game.
Yo,
he showed up in the game looking like a Chippendale cowboy, bro. I didn't know what was going on, man. I'm not fashion forward. Maybe this is a new trend with the new people, man. I don't know, but yeah, I hate his outfits too, man. That's my take.
I don't like that guy.
For real? He said, I don't like the way he look. I don't like the way he dress. Not the outfits. Anything else you want to add on why you don't like him? Bro.
And he took out my boy Gary Payton II, man. He tried to stop the Warriors run to the championship, bro. Kurt said he broke the code, and I know we talked about that. It's hard to tell a man's intent, but the fact that it was just Dillon Brooks didn't help it. That's a fact. If it was any other Grizzlies player, who knows? But the fact it was him, it's like when Draymond had that year of being a nut buster. Whether it was intentional or not, Draymond is you. We're going to think it's lean more towards the intentional side when judging that play.
It was starting to look so. It was starting to look a little bit intentional, but yeah.
I give him the benefit about back then too. I know in retrospect, now you can see he's starting to build a catalog and trending in the wrong direction, but it seemed like an honest mistake. It wasn't a smart play to do, but it didn't seem like that's something he was necessarily trying to do. I'll go to you, Kev. What do you think about Dillon Brooks? Or why do you think he's getting so much animosity?
I was gonna say I don't got that intense hate that Kurt got over there. I don't believe he needs to necessarily back it up, to be honest with you, because he's playing a role. It's a team sport, you know what I mean? So he's playing his part, and his part is to be that Dillon the villain. So in that character and from that perspective, he don't have to be the one that's scoring all the points and doing all of the production on the court. Maybe what he's doing is his contribution, you know what I mean? Trying to psych people out, trying to get into their heads and just disrupt the flow of events, because at the end of the day, all defense is about is ensuring that the other players are not doing what they want to do, not getting the way they want to get, and just messing up their timing and messing up their spacing. And one way you can do that is by getting in their heads. So I'm cool with that from that perspective, but he is getting a little bit like the last technical that he just got, which was like taunting the Dallas bench. I feel like those kind of things are unnecessary now. That's like you're not even antagonizing the people that are on the court, which is the ones who heads you need to get into. You're antagonizing the bench now, and it just seems like he's trying a little bit too hard to be the villain, and he should just let it come. Just let it come to him in the flow of the game, and just stick to just harassing and getting into people's heads that you're guarding or that's on the court. And as far as like the NBA, why do I think the NBA is irritated with him is because sometimes he goes a little overboard. I think it's pesky to another level where it's like irritating to watch, and you're not even like cheering for it anymore. Maybe at the beginning you were like, oh yeah, I want that kind of player on my team, you know what I mean? Somebody to cause that kind of trouble. But then sometimes the trouble ain't what it's worth. So he might be crossing that line into not worth the trouble. But all in all, I'm okay with Dillon Brooks. I'm okay with him trying to play that part, trying to play that role. I don't particularly like him personally, but I don't not like him either. It's just he's doing what he does.
Good points. Good.
I mean, I just want to say this: like, all right, his role. I think he's a lead defender, right? When Draymond talks ish, especially get the playoff, Draymond's gonna play defense. He's a defensive player of the year, right? Draymond's gonna do what he can. You can't shut good players down in the NBA, but he sure as hell makes them work for their shot. Dillon been getting bust left and right. I mean, we've seen what Spider said about him. Been going back and forth for years, but I've been busting this for years too, and he has. So that's my thing. He's a lead defender, but he's not holding it down on that end. Sometimes he has good games, but
I like that. I'll take that on more than the offensive production. Definitely. If that's your job, he's supposed to take on the best player on the other team. So I'll take that.
And it is Donovan Mitchell. I'm sure he's busting down a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, true. You're right. He is Donovan killing folks out here. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, hard to disagree with that. I'll have to say, just like Kev, I don't got no hate for the young man. I actually do want to see him successful. I did like, his emergence on the Memphis Grizzlies and the edge he brought to the team, the hard-nosed defense, and his earlier seasons. I feel like his 3-point percentage was better, at least during the playoff runs. It looks like he was taking better shots. Like you said, he's at 32% now. Maybe he should shoot less threes. I've seen him erase the great hard-nosed work he did on defense by, on the other end, just chucking up a brick. It's probably why you said he got booed the other night. It's probably where it's coming from, to get booed in your own city. It's just like with Jordan Poole. Sometimes you get frustrated with the choices you make with the basketball. I like the choices he's making without the basketball, outside of the extracurricular stuff. The technical fouls, this is the second time missing a game. It's an important stretch. Jaws down. Some people, have lingering little hurtness, and some people are just straight up injured or out for the season. Like Clark, I think his Achilles, I think he's done. So I think it's time to focus. I do like, that little edge to the game for some teams. But when you're a young team, sometimes, like, not to say a young team, but a certain team, like when Draymond with the Warriors, he plays like that. I feel like the other guys don't have to engage like that. Like, they all are tough in their own way, whether it's tough and competitive, whether it's Steph, whether it's Clay. We've seen that, even the younger guys, Kuminga, Poole, but they don't have to go, like Draymond's like, I'll do it so you don't have to. With the Memphis Grizzlies, for some reason, temperament, I even said this the first time they met up with the Warriors, all this jawing and stuff doesn't seem to help their game. It seems to take away from it. When they started getting caught up on who broke the code and who did what, you started seeing them, like, wherever they had success, you started seeing that tapering off. Now everybody wants to be tough. We've talked about what's going on with Ja off the court and whatnot. So I think the culture there needs to level set. Yeah, you can put toughness out there without being jerks or whatever. You don't need to call a certain energy, and it's not easy to turn those things on and off. If you living in a certain energy, it's gonna follow you. So I do, however, I do like Dillon Brooks as a defensive player. I hope he continues to maximize on that and just minimize some of the dumb plays he does on offense, as well as getting all these unnecessary texts. I'll just leave it there. Anybody else have anything else to add on it?
I'm gonna say big up to the Memphis Grizzlies though, because without Ja, they've still been holding it down. Yep. They lost the number 2 spot for like 1 hot second, but then they regained it. Mm-hmm. So they've been doing good overall as a team. Jared Jackson is out there doing his thing.
Despite any setbacks, any injuries, they still maintained it. All these negative press, everything going on, everything we discussed, they still been maintaining. So shout out to them for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they have that element of grit and grind, where they're gritty. They're definitely gritty, right? I don't know about the grind part, but they've shown even last season when Ja was out with injury. I think there was like a 10 or 15 game stretch where Ja was out, and they were still getting that post, man. Yeah. So I like how they're doing the team building, and Rez, like you said, I like the edge, man, because now I want them and the Warriors to meet up again. Even though I don't like the matchup, I don't like the matchup. That's a scary matchup for me being a Warriors fan. But entertainment value, I love it when 2 teams dislike each other like that, man. It's great basketball.
Yeah. You need to apologize to that cameraman, though. People on the internet had to break that up. At first, I was like, whatever. He's just like, nah, look. He had the table. He had the cameraman. He could have pulled himself over the table. He was like, nah, F that cameraman.
Yeah. What can I say? He yeeted him, man. He didn't even apologize back to Shannon Sharp, and Shannon apologized to him on national TV, man. Unless he sent them a private text or something. I ain't seen nothing on Twitter, man. I was looking at it like, when's Dillon gonna apologize to Shannon? Nah.
That's another situation in retrospect. You know, history ain't looking good. Shannon shouldn't do that as a fan. You shouldn't be interacting or engaging like that. But all the trying to show out and chirp back and trying to have altercations all the time, like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. We can go ahead into the next thing we wanted to discuss is, now that the season's winding down, I think it's like less than 10 games left for a lot of teams. Mm-hmm. What do y'all think about the playoffs? How do you think this is gonna go? I'll go ahead and start with you, Kev.
Let's take a look at these standings here. Man, one of the things I'm just trying to pay attention to is the teams I'm interested in, making sure they make it there. But all in all, we can see who's definitely not moving, and that's the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, the Kings. They're gonna hold on those 3 spots. Same on the East Coast. We got the Sixers, we got the Celtics, we got the Bucks. They hold on those 3 spots. So everybody has to just intermingle in between. But the way I see it, man, I'm still thinking Warriors could do better than what they're doing right now down this stretch to maintain that playoff position that they have. I'm not sure how far they'll climb. They got Clippers and Suns ahead of them, and they're playing. Clippers is playing pretty well. Suns is here and there. I'm not really sure what you can get with the Suns every now and again, but hoping that the Warriors could stay true to what they're doing at home, on the road. Like, just transfer whatever they are known for doing at home, take it on the road.
It's a whole different team, man. God.
If that's possible, then I ain't got no worries for them making it into the playoffs. But I was thinking, man, with when it was 15 games left, I was like, all right, they're gonna crack down. We're gonna see a streak going, and it went the opposite way. So now I'm all like, I'm just waiting and seeing right now. I haven't got nothing to say about it. I'm just waiting to see it. We got in the 7 to 10 place. We got Mavs on the West Coast, who I think is gonna hopefully not surpass us. So they will probably stay there. They've also lost some games, very close games. They seem to have trouble with closing things out at the very end. So I don't imagine them going too far. At least getting into the playoffs. They probably will stick to being in the play-ins. Just jumping all the way down to Lakers in the 11th spot.
Yeah, fix your glasses, man. They can't see the future either. They can't see the future either.
They see it. They just don't want to see it. They see the future.
Cancun.
I don't know what's going on. It's like those boys, hot, not hot, 80, hot, not hot. I have to put it on 80. I want to say, hey, other people could step up, but at the end of the day, he's the second in command. He should be the first in command. LeBron should actually be at this point, you know, playing the role of Robin, while he step up and be Batman.
Yeah.
So he needs to do better at being more consistent and showing some dominance consistently, because he has the body, he has the skills, and he has the talent to be able to do it. So the fact that it's not happening is a bit worrisome. And they talked about Embiid, like he takes plays off. It looked like AD be taking nights off, and
Dang.
that happening. So I would love to see that. I would love to see a change there. Jazz and the Thunder, man, very annoying. Two annoying teams, but very good teams. Like two teams that you like to make this kind of noise that they're making right now. But Marketing and those boys, they've been a big surprise. You know, Jazz was really high up in the beginning. They fell way down, but even with that fall, they're still a team that have been playing fairly well. And Thunder just got that scoring guard that's on point. So I think the West is going to pretty much shape out to what we're seeing right now. The way it is, I think is how it's going to finally be. With the exception of Lakers, hopefully, crossing my fingers, taking one of the spots from the Thunder or the Jazz. And with that said, I'm gonna jump to the East really quick. Not to go into too much with the East, because I think the East is a little bit easier to see what's going on. It's not as jumbled up. Top four is gonna. I said top three, but actually it's top four because Cavs ain't going nowhere either.
Yep.
I don't think Knicks is gonna pass them. I am interested to see that 4-5 matchup. It's not an easy one. I can't really say it's going to be the Cavs, even though I want it to be. Knicks has also been playing pretty well. They look like they're peaking at the right time on that nice little tilt going up, which is what you want. If this was like a lifting competition, you don't want to be lifting all heavy, 2 weeks before the time. You know what I mean? You want to be able to get your PR on the day of, and the Knicks are in a perfect position to make that happen. The Nets, surprising is the word that comes to mind when I see the Nets. I thought they were going to fall way more than what they've fallen so far with losing Kyrie and KD, but they've been holding it down. I just don't know if they're going to actually hold on to that spot. I think the Heat is going to crank down and make it happen. They got the experience. They got the heart to make it work and the skills, you know what I mean? So I think Heat might take over that spot in the sixth seed, but everything else above that is gonna stay how it is. And with the Bulls, Raptors, Hawks, we're gonna see. Who knows what those teams? We're gonna see. Whoever hashes it out, how it's gonna fall.
A question for you. I heard you when you was talking about the Warriors. You talking about hopefully they can climb. Are you worried about some of these other teams directly behind them? Like it's tight, even down to the Lakers. From Dallas down to the Lakers, those 5 teams, they're right behind the Warriors. You worried that they might fall to the play-ins?
I mean, that's always going to be a concern, but I'm not worried from the standpoint that I think they understand the weight and the severity of the situation. And they're going to be a little bit more critical with the games that are upcoming, even though you expected that to have started before now. I think they're gonna hold it down. I think they're gonna. I wish I had some hard evidence to point to, like, hey, look what they've done here. Look what they've done there. They've really been that poor on the road, and they still got like 4 more home games left. I mean, road games left. After that is home, so I ain't too worried about the home games. But I feel like with Mavs, they might lose just as much as Warriors have a chance of losing. So I'm not too concerned with them. And Timberwolves, same situation. And when it comes to Jazz and Thunder, I'm not concerned at all. I'm more concerned about the Lakers coming up, but I don't think they get that far as to knock Warriors out.
They'll be lucky to get that 10th, to be honest. Where they keep,
exactly,
like you said, they've been inconsistent all season. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Kurt. What you think about the playoff picture?
Man, just pivoting off of the Warriors, man. I'm not going to talk about the rumor with Andrew Wiggins and what's going on with that. Nothing's been confirmed. We don't know why he's out, but it has to be something serious for him to just sign this mega contract and to miss crucial games that the Warriors really need him. So it has to be something much bigger than basketball. Let's just hope it's not what the Twitter people are talking about, right? Sticking to basketball, we need Wiggs, right? Just on the basketball front. We need, he was taking on defense. We need Wiggs for defense. The scoring is a boom, but defense and rebounds is what we're hurting at, right? The Wiggs can help up a lot with that. The Mavericks, everybody made all this fuss about them getting Kyrie, bro. And it's kind of like when, there's a thing you talked about it, when Kyrie, Harden, Durant got together in the Nets, there's only one ball, who's going to play defense? Same thing with the Mavs, bro. Luka said he drank a beer after every game. So we know, like, when I drink a beer, I'm sluggish, bro. I'm sluggish. Luka gets sluggish. And then Kyrie is just, he's too small to play defense, bro. This is not his forte. You know what I'm saying? He's not out here trying to be Patrick Beverly. So like with Kev, I'm not worried about the Mavs because even when they were together and healthy, they were still losing games. They haven't had enough time to figure out how to play because they're playing hot potato. I think Luka's like, I'm playing with Kyrie. Here, you take the last shot. Kyrie's like, this is your team. You take the last shot. They kind of like when LeBron went to Miami, they had to work that out, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go up from there because ain't nobody worried about Timberwolves down, including the Lakers. AD has the talent. His body ain't there, bro. His body ain't there. I think AD's future for longevity, he should be like the third option on the team. Not because of talent, but just because of health. Like that, just because of health. I think he should go to a team where he should be the third option, and that would be like a wonderful team.
What does that mean? Third option, like coming off the bench or?
Nah, just
starter, but
not
like,
relying on him this much.
just kind of like Wiggins. Wiggins, he wasn't a team carrier, but put him in that third, fourth option. He stepped up and rose to the occasion.
Yeah, they're not looking for him to close out the game, to win the game. It's not on him. It's not so much pressure on him or so much rep on him. Yeah, like
He's already
Wiggins.
playing like the third option. Like he's already playing like the third option.
AD? Nah, they looking at him to be like the main option.
They may be looking at him to be, but he's already playing like the third option. He sometimes don't get the ball coming down the stretch, nor is he calling for the ball to give it to me down the stretch. Sometimes he just doing like a loony type player where I'm just gonna come and set a screen, and then when he goes off the ball, it's not even like I want it. But then other times he's really aggressive, like yo, I'm backing out this dude. Let me get it. But
Yeah.
to me, he's already playing like he's a third option.
But I think that's Kurt's
right.
point. He thinks he should be on a team where he is the designated third option, not the first option, playing as the third option.
Yeah. You're right. He playing like he's who's the center for the Suns? Aiden. You know, he playing like he Aiden. Sometimes Aiden just disappear, bro. I've never seen Giants disappear the way those two do. Magic tricks, bro. Above them, the Clippers, you never know what you're gonna get, bro. I think they're still working in Westbrook. And Lou's gotten to the point now where he's benching Westbrook in crucial minutes, right? Game's tight, fourth quarter. Come on, he puts Eric Gordon in, man. Sometimes Terrence Mann, I don't know why they took Mann's job away to give it to Westbrook. I mean, I know why, but basketball doesn't make basketball sense. But Westbrook does give them that point of attack in the middle of the game that they need when they get sluggish. Mm-hmm. But the Clippers, I wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors in the fifth seed and the Clippers are sixth seed. I wouldn't be shocked. Like Kev said, the top three, that's who it is. Because between 3 and 4, you talking about the Kings have 28 losses, the Suns have 33, and the Suns are hurt. They're missing the new big ticket, Kevin Durant. And even when he comes back, he's got to ease his way back in. So it's not going to be an instant win just because he's back. The Kings, bruh, De'Aaron Fox, Mr. Clutch, he reminds me of IT back when he was with Boston that year, man. If it's within 10 points in the fourth quarter, I feel like the Kings are going to win it. Mm-hmm. They just that good. And just to talk about the Nuggets, no one's giving them number one seed respect. No one thinks that they're going to win the title.
Nope.
And I'm with everybody on this. Murray's still getting his feet under him. He has a Bubble Murray game, then he has like before Bubble Murray game where he kind of like figuring stuff out, right? Jokic, I love the guy. I know advanced metrics have him as a defensive all-star. But when I see the eye test, yeah, the metrics have him as one of the best defensive players ever. But the eye test doesn't say that.
Yeah.
I think that's because they're such a good team. We'll see what they do, man. It'd be nice if they win. I wouldn't be mad. I'll be shocked.
I'd be shocked.
I think with Jokic is the defense is mentally. He's a mentally sound player, but athletically, he's not jumping up for big blocks. He's not making it hard for guys in the center position. He doesn't seem like one of those centers that are intimidating to go against. Mm-hmm. That's just how it seems. So I think that's not.
You're right.
But in terms of just like knowing where the ball might be and making smart plays, like I think he has very high basketball IQ. I think there was like was it last week, a couple weeks they were talking about a play where he just signaled to the team, foul this guy because he already knew like they were down, they climbed the way out. It's just like he's almost like a coach on the floor. But in terms of actually executing on defense, no. He's not. He's gonna make a big athletic play. Yeah.
On defense, he's a beautiful mind, bro. On defense, this dude is how Kanye is to music.
Yeah.
That's what Jokic is to basketball, man. Like mentally, he's there, right? He's on it. You're right. It's just physically he hasn't had those gifts. He makes up for it pretty good. But how is that going to look when the games get tighter? Coaches have time to scheme, and players have the energy and the want to go at you now. You know.
Yeah. And in the NBA, you playing physical specimens like Giannis. You know, there's a lot of athletic talent you going against. Or even Embiid, like he's a beast. Like he can go through you.
Hey, you know what? And speaking of that, going to the East now, I like the 76ers did, man. They took Embiid out the low block and put him in the high block. Opens up the lanes. They brought Maxey back to the starting lineup. Now you're seeing those cuts because it's open now. And Embiid is unstoppable in the high block, bro. He's unstoppable. He can pass, he can shoot the J, or he can drive on you like a guard, but he's just a 7-footer. What are you gonna do? And he's taking your big man out the paint, or at least on the edge of the paint, opens up for the guards. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go drop down, contest a layup, and leave Embiid open? Bruh, if I was a opposing center, I would be stuck to Embiid like glue. I'll be fighting him up and down the court, with or without the ball, man. Like Dennis Rodman and Alonzo Mourning, and Dennis Rodman and Karl Malone. Mm-hmm. We'll be wrestling, man. Wrestling. The Bucks seem like they've been unstoppable since the new year. They just flipped a whole nother gear. Middleton's still getting his legs back. They're scary. I like them for a run all the way. The Celtics, without Robert Williams, it's the same Celtics team we saw in the playoffs and in the championship. Is when Williams is on the floor, scary. Without him,
I disagree, but go ahead.
You think they can win it without Williams?
Yeah.
Or inconsistent Williams?
Wait, hold on. You talking about Robert Williams?
Robert Williams.
Yeah. I mean, Grant still be holding it down, and you still got what's his name? Horford. Yeah. I think they'll be all right. I think it's definitely a blow, but I don't think it's a showstopper.
They bring offense, but Robert Williams is down in the post. He's an intimidating figure. You're not getting to that rim at ease with him down there. And he's snatching rebounds. Like you might as well call him a Hoover vacuum down there, man. He's snatching those boards and snatching your shot. Harper can't do that, and Grant doesn't do that.
No,
but I mean they can make up for it in other ways. Like I said, I think he'll be missed, but I don't think it's a showstopper.
Now we're gonna see. Hopefully he's healthy, man. But like Kev said, man, the top four in the East is so easy. I think the battle is gonna be between 6 and 7. The Heat are at 6 and 4 in the last games. The Nets are 5 and 5. they're really just been resting on the lead that Durant and Kyrie built up for them before their unceremoniously exit. So it's that race, and then honestly, I think 10 and 11 between the Bulls and the Pacers would be a pretty interesting race down to the end. Both have been about 500 the past 5 games. Lonzo Ball, like, I feel bad for him. Y'all heard the injury report on him?
He's out. He might be out all next season. They have to do surgery again.
Yeah, and he didn't even play this season. I think, I hate to say it, man, but it seems like his comeback as an NBA player, at least at the caliber that he was, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but he has a long road ahead of him, man. And actually, I started to like Lonzo with Chicago, man. The defensive minded Lonzo, that was gonna be an interesting look. Him and White Mamba, guess we'll never get to see that. So I think those are the 2 interesting races for me in the East, man. Nets and the Heat, 6 and 7, and the Pacers and the Bulls, 10 and 11. After that, it's just, why did Bill stay with the Wizards? I don't know.
He enjoys his job.
I mean, he's getting paid. And maybe he's looking for that generational wealth, man. Maybe he has different aspirations. I don't know. But it certainly is not winning. That's for sure. But yeah, man, and as far as my picks to go all the way, out the East, I like the Bucks, man. I like the 1 seed. Out the West, if I had to pick somebody right now, man, if you put like a Nerf gun to my head and said, pick, if KD could come back, I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns went all the way. Without KD, if Wiz could come back and be at full force, that's a lot of if. That's a big if.
That's a lot of ifs.
The Suns with KD, this might be the Grizz year, man. Like, I'm looking at it, the Kings are inexperienced. I don't have any faith in them. The Nuggets, they have issues that reared their head before. The Grizz are battle tested. They're angry. If Dillon can just keep his head screwed on and Ja cannot do anything dumb off the court to get suspended, I like their chances. And they get Adams back. They need Adams.
Do they get a reset on the tax? Or is that just going to be a lingering issue through the whole postseason?
I think it's a lingering issue because that's what happened to Draymond. That the year we lost to the Cavs, man. Yeah, he keeps building.
Every two after that 16.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the emotions run higher in the playoffs, so.
And they're gonna target Dillon.
Yeah.
But they miss Dillon though?
I think there's a body that can get in the way of other people. Yeah, and like you said, even his energy, the team still rallies behind him because they rally behind him. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to catch you saying something good about Dillon. That's all.
Nah, man. They're missing shades in the post game presses, man. That's what they'll miss.
What do you think about his outfit?
Man, I'm gonna hate it. I know, man. Hate everyone he wears, bro. Like, he literally came in like a gigolo cowboy, bro. Like, it's unique. It's different.
Definitely unique. It's very entertaining to me.
Yeah. His confidence is on 10, bro. If I had an ounce of that, dude, I'd probably be a millionaire right now.
There you go. So, I don't know. Looking at the West, it's bleak out here. For I know your favorites is Lakers, Warriors.
Specify whose favorite is the Lakers, because it's not me.
No. I'm talking about.
Please specify.
I know a lot of us here.
Well,
like,
say that. Don't get confused. I'm not a Laker lover in the least bit.
Let me not attribute that to you. But I mean, we all do kind of appreciate LeBron. I think that's a fair statement.
Oh, facts.
Okay.
Facts.
So I mean, we don't want to see him go out like this. Not even a playoff again. I think we can all agree to that too, or not?
I want to see him on a competitive team. I want to see LeBron wreak havoc like he used to on a competitive team.
Well,
even if he's at
wreaking
full
havoc,
health,
he's just not a competitive team, but he's still wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
It was starting to look
Injury set 'em
competitive.
back.
It was starting to look competitive with the trades. You know, they were
Yeah.
looking like they were going to do something, and then the injury happened, and
It is what it is.
Obama is out
Yeah.
there. So you know,
But yeah,
that's
just
what it is, man.
I was saying that just to say, so you know, the ones that we typically look for, they're out of it. It's tough for me to say between the top four. I don't have faith in Dallas making a rally and doing anything. Sacramento's been playing amazing, but like you said, there's a lack of playoff success in their past. Denver, the deepest they got taken out by the Lakers, who went on to win the whole thing. This year they're healthy, man. I'm looking at the injury report. There's only one dude I don't even recognize. So they have a shot. I know a lot of people don't look at them like that, including you. But I think if they play the level they've been playing and everybody stays healthy, they have a legitimate shot.
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns is you know, when KD was there, you only got to play like 1 or 2 games.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was.
Maybe 2.
Yeah.
1 or 2. Yeah.
KD's KD. He's not.
Wait, all right, so here's a question. Here's what's gonna happen, man. I don't want it to because I want CP to get a ring before he retires. But CP has not made it through a playoff healthy since, I don't know, man, what, New Orleans?
I actually think that they'll be able to be healthy once KD comes. Like when KD comes back, I think that team will stay healthy because they already missed a significant amount of time due to injury. So I don't think.
No, I'm talking about CP. CP3 stays injured in the playoffs, man. It's like his curse.
No, but I'm saying during the regular season, he missed a lot of games already. Weren't him in what's his name, injured?
Yeah, he missed some games. Yeah.
So that's less wear and tear on your body while you're rehabbing the injury. So I think the grind of the season, he has less of that. You have the worry of re-injuring the injury, but I think they probably manage that properly. I'm hoping. I think they'll be good. I think the injuries they had, it's unfortunate to have them, but they had him earlier in the season, and he's been weathering the storm.
I hope so, because they don't have a backup point. Like they got rid of Cam, and oh man, the other guy, he escapes me now. But yeah, they got rid of Campaign, and I forgot the main one. But yeah, Bridges. Like the bench is slim.
Yeah, I mean that was the gamble, right? You give up the bench to get KD. So I think with the superstars, it'll be interesting to see what they can do together. But he didn't have a lot of playing time with them. It was a late season trade, and he got injured like right away. It's gonna be tough to congeal and try and make that work. But it's definitely gonna be a team to watch. The other team to watch.
I don't think he need that much time for KD to gel. I think he's just plug and play. I think he's just so easy to play with.
It's always KD's just KD, but it is still something. You go basically your first time playing with the team is in the playoffs. That's crazy.
If anybody,
that's unprecedented. I think it's unprecedented for anything.
But I don't think he's just sitting somewhere. So I think he's engaged, watching them practice. Coach is probably drawing up plans, anticipating he'll be back. But that's I know he's a plug and play, and I believe, but that's a tough pill for anybody. The other team for me that'll be like the wild card is the Clippers. They can go either way. I've seen some stretches of Kawhi just looking like he's playing phenomenal, but that team has still struggled. They're only 37-34. Like I said, Dallas, I don't have a lot of hopes for them, even with Kyrie. They're kind of heavily relying on Luka. Not kind of. It's been like that for a while. I've seen them their playmakers stepping up more lately, but still, I think without Jalen Brunson, that was the blow. I think. Memphis, I mean, like we talked about before, they're high seeded. Let's see if they can calm themselves and just lock into playoff mode. It's gonna be something to watch. You got Ja's situation to watch. You got Jaren Jackson just had soreness. He's injury prone. Desmond Bane was kind of disappointing against the Warriors last time they met up. So I don't know. We'll see. And Dillon Brooks, like we just talked, the technicals are gonna be a lingering issue through the rest of the run. My favorite, I think, is probably gonna be at this point though. I'm looking out for the Nuggets to see what they can do. In the East Coast, you got to be honest. He's Giannis, man. He's that season, even when he was injured for a little bit, the way they just kept going. Middleton's back this year. There's not gonna be no easy wins. Like whoever's meeting them is gonna be a problem. Yeah, I talked about all the other team. I'm pulling for my Heat. They've been struggling all season. Like they play games where I watching them like they could easily beat our team in the playoffs. I mean, in a game, can they beat them in a series? The consistency's been the issue throughout the season. You know, before it was like, oh, they struggled in the beginning, got it together and peaked. Right now, they're still 6-4 in their last 10. It's just a lot of highs and lows. You know, Philly, this is another team to watch that, you know, that could possibly be their year. Brooklyn, that team would not be number 6 if they started. If that squad started this season, they would not be at number 6. Maybe number 8, but I don't have high hopes for them. Boston, you mentioned Robert Williams, but, you know, that team's shown a lot of improvement this year. I don't think it's the same team. I think they have a legitimate chance to win, but we'll see. Tatum's got to be consistent. Knicks.
I like with them real quick. I like them adding Brogdon.
Yeah.
Because they did have some ball movement issues during the playoffs last year, which Tatum was trying to fill that void. I think overextended himself. That's why he led with so many turnovers. Brogdon's been a really steady force, and Derek White's been playing out of his headband the second half of the season, bro.
Well, he did that last season.
He's been pretty solid.
He did that last season too.
Not in the championship game. Not in championships. No.
In regular season, I saw him playing well. In playoffs, he wasn't as prominent, but he was out there. What was I gonna say? Knicks. I like the addition of Jalen Brunson and then Josh Hart. Like the Knicks, they have a legitimate squad, but I don't see them winning the chip. Same thing with Cleveland. You know, they've been doing their thing. I don't see them winning the chip. So for me, it's either the Bucks, Philly, or Boston. Miami, they have a chance. Like I said, like they've pulled off some amazing wins. Jimmy's still clutch. Adebayo's still fire. Hero still can put up a points on you. Laurie's he's up and down, so I don't know. Those are my picks.
You said Bucks, Sixers, Celtics. Is it in that order?
I'm gonna say Bucks and then Celtics and then Philly as my last one. Just because Philly just, you know, I thought they had got to the conference before, but they haven't had that deep playoff run yet. Something's always afoot, so I'm not giving them that.
What do you think would be the catalyst or the hindrance for Sixers?
So Sixers are interesting. You can't blame Ben Simmons anymore. Could be coaching. You know, Doc hasn't really proven himself for a while. Like I know we talked about that a couple times. And then I feel like it's been happenstance. Embiid always had some kind of injury outside of the Simmons run. Last year was the fracture on the face and some torn ligament in the hand. And I think I don't know if it was during the Simmons run or the year before that he had some other kind of injury, which is the reason why he didn't win the MVP. So it was neck and neck, but people are like, well, what's his name's done it for more games because he was healthy. So I don't know. We'll see.
Surprised you mentioned Harden. A lot of people are talking about if he shows up and not disappear like he did in the last playoffs, that they have a really good chance.
Even regular season, I've been watching that. He's up and down. Some moments he's, oh man, look, Harden's making these big plays, and then other times it's just like he just seems like another player on the team.
I mean, he's leading the league in assists though, so he's not like just another player.
I mean, in terms of the Harden that we knew, like making the big plays, being a superstar.
For sure. Yeah, he's not trying to be the superstar.
Yeah.
He's not. I think his playoff record just sucks, man. But maybe with him just doing the assist role, being comfortable being the second fiddle to Embiid, maybe he'll have the energy to get through. Maybe he's not out there partying with who was a rapper he was always partying with, man?
Oh, Lil Baby or something?
Yeah. Maybe he's not out there kicking it with Lil Baby as much. Maybe he'll lean back on the partying during the playoffs, and he might make a run because it's not as taxing. He was carrying those Houston teams.
Yeah.
Everything was on him.
I don't even really associate Harden with the 76ers, to be honest. When I think about 76ers, I don't think Harden.
It's weird, right? It's hard, yeah.
You got to watch him, man. He's a big player.
Not to say he's bad. Like I said, it's like he's had the glimpses. I don't think it's as consistently good as, you know, the Brooklyn when he had to take the weight on, or the Rockets. Like it's a different role for sure. It's just not that role, yeah. It's not that superstar. We're watching 76ers to see James Harden. He just seems like he's a player on the squad. Like
the role he's playing though, I think is an important one, and I do agree with what some of the analysts are saying, that if he shows up and at minimum do what he's doing during the regular season,
facility, and knocking down at least. He doesn't have to be all the big tough jump back steppers, but if he knocks down some threes when they need it, facilitate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Defense is still gonna respect that shot, man, because he was terrorizing the NBA for 5 years, man. So like y'all said, knock down a couple of shots, but they're still gonna respect him. They're still gonna open up the floor just by being out there, which opens up for Embiid.
Mm-hmm. I think the rule change. I don't know if it's the rule change too. I see him still get flustered by not getting the calls that he thinks he should get.
They should just call it the Harden rule, man. Like
you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But 21 points, averaging 21 points, almost 11 assists. If he brings that consistently day in, day out in the playoffs, the Sixers.
Oh, one thing I did want to let settle in for a second real quick is when we was talking about the Warriors and how much they need Wiggins. My man was early on the Wiggins as a key piece on the team, and now we talking about, hey, the Warriors need Wiggins. Where's Wiggins? Before the narrative was quite different.
Quiet 18. I'm like, dude, 18 points. I don't give a shit if it's quiet.
Yo, you're right, Kev. You recognize Wiggs early, man. Even I was like, I'll watch a game. Yeah. And I look at the stat sheet, I'm like, when did he get 18, 20 points, man? This is a typo.
During the halftime break, he was just throwing the ball in.
Oh man, but now, especially last season, bro, like you really witness it. And then this season, seeing him in the lineup, he was out with the sickness, back in, and now he's out for personal reasons. Yeah, but on the flip side, it is giving Kuminga valuable playing time.
Yeah, he's learning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we just go ahead and wrap it up. I'll let y'all do y'all sign offs real quick. I'm gonna just be real quick. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you liked it. Follow, subscribe, all the socials we mentioned earlier. Listen to the podcast, watch the video. Hit us with that like button. All right, I'll kick it off to you, Kev.
This is one interesting NBA season though.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the West, how things are all jumbled up. You can't really like distinguish one from another. It's gonna be a very interesting playoffs. I'm excited to watch. Let us know how you feel about it and who you think is gonna take it all away, and also who's gonna come out of the East and the West. As usual, we know your time is valuable, so we appreciate when you spend with us. And as my man just said, like, comment, subscribe, and let us know how you feel about the episode by hitting that like button, and let us know if you want us to do an episode coming up in the future. We here, we listening.
Factoid?
Yeah, I gotta say, I can't remember. Yeah, I got it. Before I said it, I can't remember the last time the West I'm used to the West being the best, right? I can't remember the last time the West has been so, I don't call it whack. What's another word?
You said whack. They're not whack.
I don't want to say whack. There's a lot of parity in the West. That's the best way to put it, man. Everybody's bundled up in the middle of the pack, man. And what separates like the 4th seed from the 10th seed, it's not a lot. A lot can change in these last 9 to 10 games, man. But speaking of that, my Warriors right now in the 6th seed, right? Don't count us out yet. When was the last time an NBA champion came from the 6th seed, which is the lowest seed ever to win a championship? What team was it?
For the 6th.
Mavs?
Nah, not the Mavs. They were higher than 6 when they won.
East or West?
West.
Spurs?
Nah. In fact, I'll give you an era. It's during Jordan years.
That's gonna be tough. I don't know who was out there banging in the West during Jordan era.
And one.
Who's the only team to win during the Jordan years?
The Lakers?
There's only one team that won a chip.
No, Lakers ain't win during.
Nah.
I really can't even think about it, bro.
When he left to play baseball.
I was too young, man. I can't recall.
There's one team that won back to back.
They won back to back.
Yeah.
In between that time. I know the period you're talking about, but for some reason I'm running a company.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not Portland, is it?
Nah. Portland played Jordan, but they lost. I don't even remember watching the Portland. I don't remember watching this team win. I was too young. I wasn't in basketball like that. But
the Super
Houston Rockets, bro.
Oh, the Rockets.
Nah, the Rockets.
Oh, with Elijah one. Wait, was
Yep,
it
Elijah won.
Oh,
Back-to-back champs. In '95, man, they went into the playoffs. They were 47-35. They were the 6th seed. Wrecked shop in the playoffs, bro. They beat Orlando and they beat the Knicks in the championship, respectively, in different years.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's gonna be happening with the Warriors though.
Yeah, we don't have no. I don't think we're gonna catch Magic in a bottle like that.
You don't have no Elijah Water.
I mean,
everything.
Y'all have a championship squad. I don't feel like is it vastly different from last season? The squad they had?
The squad isn't, but the play. Well, we're missing GP2.
GP2.
He'll be back. Right for playoffs.
Yeah, but you gotta spin up. You know, it's a
we had Porter last year too.
Porter was huge. I think people don't understand how big Porter was.
His length, his size, that definitely helped.
Yeah. And we lost. Who was the center we had, man? Bielitsa.
I forgot about him.
He came here. He'll pop up with 2 or 3 threes a game, man. He's just a big body to get
I forgot that dude existed. Where's he at now?
He went back overseas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Like big man.
Oh, and I think somebody who's underrated was Mr. Mike Brown, man, who's always been a defensive-minded coach, even when he was coaching LeBron. We're missing that.
We missing it, but he also had that little stretch when he took over. I was just like, oh. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. We don't got to put that on him, but I'm
Look
just
where
like,
he got the keys. Look where he has the keys at now.
I was like, get Mike Brown out of here.
Yep, he got the keys now. Totally different.
He learned his lesson.
All right, that was a great factoid. You stumped us. I couldn't figure that one out. So that's it.
Still hope.
Until next time, y'all. We'll hit y'all with them deuces. Peace.